Hi, my name is Jim, and I would like to introduce you to THW Global. It is rated the fastest growing online community of 2016. This video is an introduction and overview of THW Global. It is put on by Mobile International Blueprint. This is an excerpt from their webinar series, Gold Rush. If you like watching YouTube, you will love this internet marketing home-based program by viewing YouTube like promotional content and getting paid to watch them. So sit back, take notes, be prepared to have your mind blown away. On the other side of this video, be ready to take action.
Work here, ladies and gentlemen. It is great to have each and every one of you. I wish I could keep up with the number of countries that we heard represented on tonight's webinar. So whether this is a convenient time for you, or whether it's some of you it might be 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, others of you it might be the next day. We don't take it lightly that you're taking time out of your busy schedule to join with us. I don't mean to talk fast, but we've got a lot to cover. We want to share, obviously, how you can earn up to $25 an hour watching YouTube type videos, and then how we're going to show you how you can scale that to 50 to 100 to 250, maybe $500 an hour or more. And then we're also going to show you how we can scale that to a 6 or a 7-figure business. So that's a mouthful. That's a lot to do in a short period of time. And then we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to do some optional what I like to call finger paint marketing training. When did we finger paint? When we were in a preschool, or we were in kindergarten. So the very basics of what we need to do to build a large-scale enterprise, whether it's with the company that we're going to be talking about tonight, or maybe some other things that you have going on, we want to bring value to you and your family. Okay, let's first talk about YouTube. Let's first talk about YouTube. We're all familiar with YouTube. More than 4 billion video views a day now with YouTube. But if you had seen YouTube when it first started way back in 2005, you probably wouldn't have thought that YouTube would become this colossal giant. It started back February 2005, and it didn't even have its first video loaded until April 2005. Now, I'm going to suggest you do this. I'm going to put this in your chat box here in just a few moments. So I've already gone on and typed in first YouTube video ever posted. We're going to search for that, and you're going to see the very first YouTube ever posted was this YouTube video here, me at the zoo. We're going to click onto that, and this is actually one of the excuse me, give me a moment. I've got a little tickle in my throat, so I've had a little tickle in my throat for a couple of days, so just bear with me. This was the very first YouTube video ever posted. Now, what I'm going to do is don't go and watch this now, all right? But I am going to post this in your chat, and before we end the webinar, make sure you grab it, and then at your leisure, I want you to watch this video. And the reason I want you to watch it is because I think you'll get the sense that if you had seen this video way back in April of 2005 when it was first posted, the very first YouTube video, you never would have thought that YouTube would become this colossal giant that it is. So here's what happened. By the way, that video is only 18 seconds long, and one of the co-founders was at the zoo, and he was talking about, you know, seeing the elephants, and it was just 18 seconds. All right, nothing amazing about that particular video, yet it was the foundation. It was the foundation of what would become a colossal enterprise. So Google wound up buying YouTube, so now Google owns YouTube. Now, it took YouTube several years from the time that it was founded in February of 2005 until June of 2007 before it launched in other countries outside of the U.S. It launched in 9 countries, including the UK. You probably heard on tonight's webinar alone more than 9 countries represented just on our webinar. The system that we're going to talk about is going to pay you up to $25 an hour, then you're going to scale that to 50 to 100 to 250 to $500 or more. That's if you want to. That's if you want to. and then potentially 6 to 7 figures. We're in a pre-launch stage since June, and we already have 66 countries that are in our beta where they're actually able to see some advertisers' content as well as the videos. And we actually have a total of over 100 different countries represented. Now, so let's tell you a little bit about YouTube, all right? And the reason I want to focus on YouTube is because the platform we're going to share with you tonight is most closely associated with YouTube in terms of it being a video sharing platform. Now, take a look at YouTube now, all right, and let me just highlight this. YouTube is said to be worth around $100 billion. So here's a company that was founded in February of 2005, 11 years ago, 11 and a half years ago, and 11 and a half years later, it's a $100 billion giant doing somewhere between $9 to $10 billion a year in ad revenue. See, the reality is that YouTube isn't just a video sharing site. You know, when you think of YouTube, you think of a video sharing site, you think of social media. You think of Facebook, you think of social media. You think of Twitter, you think of social media. The reality is all of those systems are really social media in disguise. There really are advertising platforms. Even right now, as I'm on this particular site, this blog, what are you seeing over here happening? What's this? What's this? Advertising is going on. Advertising is all around us. Turn on the TV, you're going to see advertising. Listen to the radio, you're going to hear advertising. Go to your cell phone and play a game or download an app. There's a reason why most of those apps are free or almost free, because they're building large user bases so that they can serve what? Ads. And so what we've done is, you know, we would see a YouTube video. It would be a funny video about cats, a funny video about kids, or a lot of people go to get their news now from YouTube or what have you. And then we would send that link off to other people. Hey, watch this video. This is a fun video. This is, you know, what have you. And what we were doing as we were helping YouTube build its base. When we got our Facebook accounts, when we got our Twitter accounts, and then we invited all of our email contacts to connect with us on Facebook or to connect with us on Twitter, what we were doing is we were building their asset, which was their user base, and now they've been serving ads, and they have been making the money. All right, so you've got what I like to refer to as the advertising elite. Take a look at Larry Page. This is what I mean by the advertising elite. Who's Larry Page? Who the heck is this dude? Well, this dude is the co-founder of Google, and his net worth is $38.6 billion. That's up from $33.3 billion at the end of 2015. All right, so already this year, his net worth has increased over $5 billion. He's the co-founder of Google. Now, does all of that come from YouTube? Certainly not. You know, YouTube is a property of Google, but a portion of those billions of dollars of net worth are directly linked to YouTube. What about Mr. Brin here? Can't say the first name, don't want to mess it up. He's also a co-founder of Google, $37.8 billion. So two of the co-founders of Google, Google now owning YouTube, are collectively worth almost $80 billion, almost $80 billion. Why? Because we help to grow their user base, and then they begin to serve ads to those users, and unless you are an owner of Google stock, unless you happen to have a huge channel and maybe you're doing some type of advertising revenue share with YouTube, that's not the case for most people. They're the elite, all right? They're the elite. Now, so back in June of 2016, just a couple months ago, something came across my desk. It came across my desk on Thursday, I believe it was June the 16th, I believe it was. And it talked about this advertising agency that was going to really change advertising for the average person, meaning that you and I, instead of having to be the elite, we were going to be able to take advantage of this huge advertising pie, the $650 billion advertising pie out there in the marketplace. And this company is called THW Global. THW stands for 10 hours weekly, meaning that you and I will be able to view video content, and you'll notice that it looks a lot like YouTube, doesn't it? It looks a lot like YouTube, all right? So a video sharing site, but really it's an advertising platform, all right? We'll go in, we'll register an account for free, just like we registered our YouTube account for free, or just like we registered our Facebook account for free. So you'll register an account for free. As we end this first part of the webinar, for those of you who are guests here for the first time, who haven't already registered an account, you're going to get back to the person who referred you, hide your purse, hide your wallet, hide your credit cards, because we're not asking you for any money, all right? You're going to register your account for free. You're going to tell the system the types of things that you're interested in so that you will have videos that you're interested in. So I like to watch, I'm into politics, I'm into sports, I'm into animals and things of that nature. So I get to watch, you'll get to watch video content that you are interested in, okay? Now I want you to notice, and this was just added last week, I want you to notice there are banner ads up at the top. There are even banner ads down here at the bottom. Now, let's say, for instance, that there's a video that you want to watch, all right? So there's a video I wanted to watch. A dear buddy of mine, unfortunately, his son and daughter lost their house, unfortunately, in the Baton Rouge floods. And so there was a video on the president going down to Baton Rouge. That's not a political statement. That's just what happened. The president went down to Baton Rouge. So I wanted to check out, that particular video. And when I click to check out that video, I want you to see a couple things here. Number one, you'll see now an ad over here to the right. As we scroll down, you'll see an ad down here at the bottom. All right, this is what we've been seeing when we've gone to YouTube. And we had no idea the type of money that a tirebuyer.com or a decorate your house, what kind of money they were paying to have their ads served or to have these impressions. Now, as I went to go watch the video, guess what? Here is an ad. All right, this ad will end in 29 seconds. I'll just play just a little bit. Not sure exactly what the ad is about, but, so here's an ad. We're used to seeing that, right? You've seen that on YouTube. You see that all the time when you go to YouTube. But it hasn't really, it never really occurred to me, the types of monies that YouTube was generating for those types of advertisements. And so what THW Global is saying is, listen, we know we're coming to the game 11 years after YouTube. We know we can't come and just duplicate YouTube and ever hope to really break into or get a major part of the market share. Well, they're only looking for a 1% market share over the next 3 years, and you say only, well, gosh, a $650 billion industry, that'd be $6.5 billion. Not bad, not bad. So what they had to do was they had to come up with an innovative way to get people wanting to share their site and to get people wanting to watch the content so that they could serve advertisements. And what they came up with is, why don't we pay our content users? Those that are going to go and tell people, hey, register a free site and watch some videos, and when you watch videos, there might be a video, there might be an ad before that. Watch the ad. And there might be an ad that pops up over here on the right-hand side based on what your interests are. Check that out. Matter of fact, why don't you just go on and click on that and see what that ad is all about, because you might be interested in this Costway, and you might maybe, man, I need to get some chairs anyway. I was thinking about cabinets and storage or some outdoor furniture, and now you're more likely, if you have a vested interest in what's going on, you're more likely to want to do business with one of these advertisers. Now, doesn't that just make sense? Okay, so now let me show you. So what's been happening is this. All right, you've had the advertising elite getting absolutely fabulously wealthy. At the same time, you've got major financial challenges all across the globe. In the U.S., there was this article that talked about the people that are on welfare. These are folks that have to have the government to come in and assist with whether it's food or whether it's medication or what have you. And it used to be, and I grew up in the U.S. before we went to our Caribbean paradise, it used to be growing up that when somebody was on welfare, you might have looked down on them a little bit, unless they were disabled or they were sick or what have you. You know, if they appeared to be able-bodied, you know, it was kind of like in the back of their mind, do, go get a job, do that, go get a job. Well, listen, half of the $152 billion in 2015 that went to welfare went to who? Working families. So dude has a job. Dudette has a job. It's just not enough. And then we saw with our college students that 22% of our college students, once they graduate, they either can't find a job, they're unemployed, or they're underemployed. So we've got the advertising elite adding to their net worth by the billions of dollars per year, and yet the average Joe, the average Sue, Joe and Susie average, are struggling out there. Then we took a look at the baby boomers who can't afford to retire. This particular article talked about the fact that people are having to work longer and longer and longer, and there's more people in the workforce now, age 65 and older, than there ever has been, because things are just that tight. And this is in what is considered to be the wealthiest country in the world. All right, so now, what we have is we've got THW Global saying there's major financial underpinnings that's causing problems for the average Joe and Susie average. At the same time, the advertising elite are becoming more and more and more fabulously wealthy, almost seemingly with each passing day. Is there a way that we can launch a site that kind of models after YouTube? You know, we're not going to be YouTube tomorrow, next week. We know that, all right. But can we make a dent in the financial challenges that people are facing all across the globe, and ultimately build what could be a multi-billion-dollar enterprise? So here's what they did. They said, what we're going to do is we're going to pay you to view content. You go and watch videos about the interest that you have, and there may be an ad before you watch the video. Watch the ad. There may be banner ads above and below and to the right-hand side. If there's something that interests you, hey, click on it, check it out, so on and so forth. And we're going to pay you up to $25 an hour, to view that content. There's three numbers we want to be mindful of: $25, $5, and $1. So this is the compensation plan. Very simple. Here we go. All right, the 25. All right, so you're going to earn up to $25 an hour for a maximum of 10 hours per week viewing promotional content in the form of videos, but those videos will have some commercials, there'll be some movie trailers, in time there'll be some video surveys and more. Now, the question often comes up, why the up to $25 an hour? Well, here's the reality. You've got people from all across the world that are going to be viewing. But an advertiser advertising to a U.S. audience is going to pay a premium to get in front of a U.S. audience because the incomes are higher than most around the world. An advertiser advertising to, let's say, a Filipino audience there in the Philippines, where the average income is significantly less than the average income of those in the U.S., that advertiser is not going to pay the same rates that an advertiser advertising to U.S. folks is going to pay. And so that's why the up to 25, that's going to be fluid. So just keep that in mind. But even for someone, let's say in the Philippines or Malaysia or Dominican Republic or Dominica or Venezuela, that is viewing, even if they're not earning the up to $25 an hour, chances are what they are earning for that hour is maybe significantly more than, you know, the wage they may make working, you know, whatever jobs they may be working in their homeland. All right, so up to $25 an hour for a maximum of 10 hours per week for viewing promotional content in the form of these videos that have the commercials, the movie trailers, video surveys, and more. Okay, now let's talk about $5. What does this mean? Well, there is an optional referral element. Now, I don't care if you haven't been good at referring people in the past. This is one of the reasons why you want to follow what we're doing. This is one of the reasons why at the end of this we're going to have an optional training, all right, because I want to help you get good. We want to help you get good at building a referral network. And by the way, how much does it cost? Nothing, all right, to join THW Global. So that's going to make it much simpler for you, just the fact that you don't really have to sell anybody anything, have them to register, and they can make money watching the same content. But here's the thing. You're going to earn up to $5 per hour. This is huge. For anyone that you refer to THW Global, they register their system for free, all right? They watch an hour's worth of content. They make the up to $25 an hour. You make up to $5 an hour. Now, obviously, that'll be proportional. If they make $25 an hour, you would make the 5. If they made $15 an hour, you'd make the proportion, okay? So now what that means is, what if all of a sudden you had 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 folks that are viewing up to 10 hours of content each week? That starts to get really big. I'll show you just how big that could maybe perhaps, all of my disclaimers, get in just a few moments. All right, so here's an example. All right, so one of our teammates, somebody that's following us very closely, we call this person a Club 100. Club 100 is when you have personally enrolled at least 100 folks that have registered for free. So this person on their first level, meaning people they've personally enrolled, had enrolled 231 folks. Now let me give you the potential of what this could mean for them. All right, so now they've enrolled 231 folks. If those 231 folks, if they all just watched 1 hour's worth of content, all right, they could earn up to $5 an hour times the 231 folks watching an hour's worth of content. Ladies and gentlemen, that could be $1,155 per hour. I told you we were going to show you how to go from 25 to scale that up to 50, 100, 250, 500. Well, I've already exceeded that. Now, that's just if they watch 1 hour's worth of content. Each one of these folks can watch up to 10 hours of content each week. All right, if that happened perfectly, we know it's not going to happen perfectly, so we'll give you, more of a what is more possible and probable. All right, but if everybody watched the 10 hours a week, ladies and gentlemen, that would be $11,000 in referral income. You see why you want to build a referral network? All right, essentially from your own personal viewing, if you were earning the $25 an hour and you did that 10 hours a week, that's about $250. You did that 4.33 times a month. I say that because if you take, there's going to be some months where you have 5 weeks in a month and so on and so forth. All right, so if you did that times 4 weeks out of the month, you're just over $1,000 in potential revenue from your personal viewing. Now, that's good. That's really good, especially if you've never made money online before. That's fantastic. But we're going to show you how to scale that so that you have the potential of this happening. Now, will everybody that you personally refer watch 10 hours a week? I'd love to say it's probable, but it's not. It's not. But this is what I've seen in my business in over 20 years. About 20% of the folks do 80% of are responsible for 80% of the results. So if we said, well, if 20% of this happened, that still wouldn't be a bad week. An extra $2,300 for the week for them viewing content. Where's that money coming from? Because these advertisers are paying out the yin-yang to get their message in front of targeted eyeballs. All right, so now we've got the $25, we've got the $5. Let's talk about this little itsy-bitsy $1. That can't be much. I don't know. Because what happens is there is a 10-level compensation plan. This is a full-blown referral network that you could build. Everybody sits on top of their own 10 levels. This is you. Anyone that you refer, this is optional. You don't have to. If you don't want to make the extra $5 per hour potential, that's okay. Just view. That's all right. I think, though, that once that starts happening, you're going to want to make the extra $5 an hour for anyone that personally views, up to $5 an hour, anyone that personally reviews because of your referral. All right, so anyone that you refer is on your first level. And so let's say that you referred Tom Neal. All right, Tom Neal's on your first level in this example. And then Tom Neal referred Tanya Shelton. Tanya would be on your second level. And then Tanya Shelton referred Sim Thomas. Sim Thomas would be on your third level. And that would just continue through 10 levels of folks that have registered their accounts for free. Some are viewing 10 hours, some are viewing 1, some are not viewing at all, some are viewing 6 hours. And you would earn up to $1 for everyone in your organization that views an hour's worth of content. Okay? So now, here was the same person as they sent this. They were showing me their, what the business had scaled to up to this point. You can see there's 231 on the first level, 1750 on the second, 3,359 on their third. And what they relate to me is that they really haven't started marketing yet. They had a list. They started sharing it with people in their email list, and then some of the people in their email list had a list, and that's kind of how it got going. They're planning on doing some large-scale promotion. So in time, this will have a zero to it. But let's just deal with these numbers. 16,153 folks. What's the potential? All right? The potential is if everybody just watched 1 hour for the week. Now, the reality is everybody's not going to watch an hour, but you're going to have one dude who's going to watch 10 and one dudette who's going to watch 10 hours and max out. That's going to cancel out 9 people who didn't watch at all. And that will give you an average of an hour per person in this example. Okay? That would be 16 grand for the week. Not for the year, not for the month. The potential is for the week. But wait a minute. That's only if they viewed 1 hour. The fact is they can view 10 hours apiece. I can't put that number here. The FTC would get me on that one because that's such a huge number. And even the 20%, because we don't expect 16,153 folks to all watch 10 hours worth of content. We do expect a percentage of these folks to watch 10 hours. And some others that watch 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or what have you. So if 20% of that number happened, it would still be too big to show. You do the numbers. You do the numbers. 16,153 times the potential of essentially $10 a week, $1 per hour. They can all view 10 hours worth a week. You come up with that number and take 20% of that and see what that could mean. Give me a moment. Bear with me. Where'd you go? Okay. All right, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to get back to the person who referred you. They're going to send you their referral link. If you're new and you just registered and you've never sent out your referral link, then what you're going to do is you're going to send out your HTTP:// all that good stuff, your username .THWGlobal.com. Okay? All right, so I've set up a test account. We're going to register through this test account. You should see the person that is registering you. You should see their name at the top right. They may be using a business name or what have you, so you want to make sure you're registering with the right person. Then you're going to click where it says register now. That's simple. Register now. Then what you're going to do is you're going to fill out this information here, and I'm doing a dummy account here. You'll put in your actual real information. RAS third. Let's do an email address. I need let's do RAS. I'm selecting a username. Then you're going to select the password. Now, I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't do that. Put a real password in there, okay? And make sure you make a note of your password, all right? I've gotten some folks that say, hey, I forgot what my password is. Well, make sure you make a note of your password. The system's going to automatically give you your website name, and then you're going to choose whatever country you happen to be in. I'll just put in, it's going to be a lot of folks from all over the place. I'll put in United States here, and then you're going to register. It's just that simple. See, now you're registered. Now you're registered, and when you do that, you're going to have this link that says click here to access your account. You're going to left click there to access your account, and there you are. You are in THW Global. Now, a couple things that you want to do, and for those of you that are already in THW Global, if you did not notice this when you log in, there is up here at the top, it says, in order to remain active, you need to subscribe to THW Global notifications. This is a push notification system so that if THW Global is sending out a message, it'll come right there to your computer or to your cell phone. Make sure you just click here to subscribe and then allow. And over at the bottom right, you're going to see right there. You see right there? right there it says I am subscribed. Okay. All right. So go on. If that's in your back office, go on and make sure you do that. All right. So you've registered. You've registered for the push notifications. Now you're going to go where it says Survey Center. Survey Center. You're going to hit demographic survey, and then I can click that there. All right, and then you're going to take this survey. All right, take this survey. Are you male or female? What's your age, race, all this other good stuff, and then it's going to get into the things that you're interested in. Now, what you want to do is you want to check off everything that you or any family member might be interested in. Anything that you or a family member might be interested in, okay? So you're going to check all the things that apply, and then you're simply going to click way down here where it says Submit Survey. All right, I won't do that, so I can use this test again. And once you've done that, the last thing you're going to do is you're going to come up here to where it says Message Center, and there's going to be a message from THW Global, and you're going to read that message, and this is where you're going to have your referral links right here. They give you 3 referral links. You can just use one. You don't have to use all 3. They all do the same thing, and that simply allows you to register other people into THW Global. So very quickly, you register for free, 1. Number 2, when you came into the system, there was that message for you to register for their push notifications. All you had to do was click to register and then click Allow. It was just that simple. Then you came to your survey center. You did your survey. It takes about 5 minutes to do the survey. And then you go back here and you get your referral links from the message center from the message that you have from THW Global.
So, there you have it. A great way to make additional income by sitting in the comfort of your home. If this video caught your attention and you would like to join us on this internet YouTube-like viewing adventure and get paid for viewing promotional content, go right now to your browser and enter this referral website URL link, http://buro.thwglobal.com. Or if someone referred you to this video, use their link and not mine. Once you enter the URL, verify that you got it up here, that's the correct one, and you should be on a page that looks like this. What you do next is go ahead and click on the Register Now button, which will bring you to the correct an account. You enter your first name, last name, email, username, give it a password, and this stuff will be filled in. If you don't see a country, go over here and click on your country. Write down your username and your password on a piece of paper, and then click the Register button. Read the content on the next couple of pages and click the links, and you'll eventually end up what's called the back office. What you want to do, if you don't see this page, it looks like this, click on this Message Center, and you won't have this, but you'll have an on-read Welcome to THW. Go ahead and open it, and you'll come to the page with your information on it. These are your referral websites to get into your website, and also these are the links that you give to somebody else that would like to sponsor you. You also have a username, password, and that's all there is to it. So go ahead to your browser, type in my referral website URL. This is right here, or the URL of the person who referred you to this program, and watch for my email from me. We'll have a subject title of THW Welcome. Thank you for watching this video, and hope to see you on the inside.